First, he will look over his seals and count them. Then, when he has seen them and tallied them on his 5 fingers, he will go to sleep among them as a shepherd among his sheep. The moment you see that he is asleep, seize him, put forth all your strength and hold him fast, or he will do his very utmost to get away from you. He will turn himself into every kind of creature that goes upon the earth and will become as both fire and water. But you must hold him fast and grip him tighter and tighter till he begins to talk to you and comes back to what he was when he saw him go to sleep. Of the gods, and that is angry with you, and what you must do to reach your home over the seas. Having so said, she dived under the waves, whereon I turned back to the place where my ship were ranged upon the shore, and my heart was clouded with the care I went along. When I reached my ship, we got supper ready, for night was falling, and camped down upon the beach. When the shield of morning, rosy-fingered dawn, appeared, I took the 3 men of whose prowess of all kinds I could most rely, and went along by the seaside, praying heartily to heaven. Meanwhile, the goddess fetched me up 4 seals from the bottom of the sea, all of them just skin, for she meant playing trick upon her father, and she dug 4 pits for us to lie in, and sat down to wait till we should come up, when we were close to her, and she made us lay down the pits one after another, and threw a seal skin over each other. Our ambuscade would have been intolerable, for stretch the fishy seals was most distressing. Who would go to bed with a sea monster if he could help it? But here too, the goddess helped us, and thought of something that gave us great relief, for she put some ambrosia under each man's nostrils, which was so fragrant that it killed the smell of the seals. We waited the whole morning and made the best of it, watching the seals come up in hundreds to bask upon the seashore, till at noon the old man of the sea came up too, and when we had found his fat seals, we went over them and counted them, and we were among the first he counted, and he never suspected any guile, but laid himself down to sleep as soon as he had been done counting. And then we had rushed upon him with a shout and seized him, on which he began at once with his old tricks and changed himself first into a lion with a great mane. Then all of a sudden he became a dragon, a leopard, a wild boar. The next moment he was running water, and then again directly he was a tree. We struck him, and he never lost hold, till at the last the cunning old creature became distressed and said, which of the gods was it, son of Atreus, that hatched this plot with you for snaring me and seizing me against my will? What do you want? You know that yourself, old man, I answered. You will gain nothing by trying to put me off. It is because I have been kept so long in this island, and see no sign of my being able to get away. I am losing all heart. Tell me then, for you gods know everything which of the immortals it is that is hindering me, and tell me also how I may sail the sea so as to reach my home. Then he said, if you would finish your voyage and get home quickly, you must offer sacrifices to Zeus and to the rest of the gods before embarking. For it is decreed that you shall not get back to your friends and to your own house, till you have returned to heaven-fed stream of Egypt, with offer of holy hecatombs to the immortal gods that reign in heaven. When you have done this, they will let you finish your voyage. I was heartbroken when I heard this. I must go back all that long way, terrible voyage to Egypt. Nevertheless, I answered, I will do all, man, that you have laid upon me, but now tell me, and tell me true, whether all the Urians Nestor had left behind, as well when we set sail from Troy, all have gone home safely, or whether any one of them that came to a bad end either, on board his own ship or among his friends when the days of his fighting were done. So, son of Atreus, he answered, why ask me? You had better not know, but I can tell you, for your eyes will surely fill when you have heard my story. Many of those about whom you ask are dead and gone, but many still remain. Only 2 of the chief men among the Urians perished during their return home. As for what happened on the field of battle, you were there yourself. The 3rd Urian leader is still at sea alive, but hindered from returning. Ajax was wrecked, for Poseidon drove him onto the great rocks of Geraea. Nevertheless, he let him get safe and out of water, and in spite of all Athena's hatred, would have escaped death if he had not ruined himself by boasting. He said the gods could not drown him, even though they had tried to do so, and when Poseidon heard this large talk, he seized his trident in his 2 brawny hands and split the rock of Geraea in 2 pieces. The base remained where it was, but by the part of which Ajax was sitting fell headlong into the sea and carried Ajax with it, so he drank salt water and was drowned. Your brothers and his ships escaped, for Hera protected him, but when he was just about to reach the high promontory of Malea, he was caught by a heavy gale, which carried him out to sea again sorely against his will, and drove him to the foreland where Thyestes, who used to dwell, where Aegisthus was then living. By and by, however, it seemed as though he was to return safely, after all, for the gods back to the wind into an old quarter, and they reached home, whereon Agamemnon kissed his native soil and shed tears of joy at finding himself in his own country. Now there was a watchman whom Aegisthus kept away on the watch, and to whom he had promised 2 talents of gold. This man had been looking out for a whole year to make sure that Agamemnon did not give him slip and prepare war. Then, when therefore this man saw Agamemnon go by, he went and told Aegisthus, who at once began to lay a plot for him. He picked 20 of his greatest warriors and placed them in ambuscade on one side of the cloister, while on the opposite side he prepared a banquet. Then he sent his chariots and horsemen to Agamemnon and invited him to the feast. But he meant foul play, and he got him there, all unsuspicious of the doom that was awaiting him, and killed him with the banquet was over, as though he were buttering an ox in shambles. Not one of Agamemnon's followers was not alive, nor yet one of Bucephalus, but they were all killed there in their cloisters. Thus spoke Prometheus, and I was broken-hearted as I heard him. I sat down upon the sands and wept. I felt as though I could no longer bear to live or look upon the light of the sun. Presently, when I had had my fill of weeping and writing upon the ground, the old man of the sea said, son of Atreus, do not waste any more time in crying so bitterly. It can do no manner of good. Find your way home as fast as you can, for Bucephalus may be still alive, even though Orestes had been beforehand with you in killing him, and you may come in for his funeral. On this I could comfort in spite of all my sorrow, and said, I know then about these 2. Tell me therefore about the 3rd man of whom you spoke. Is he still alive, but at sea and unable to get home, or is he dead? Tell me, no matter how much it may grieve me. The 3rd man, he answered, is Odysseus, who dwells in Ithaca. I can see him in an island sorrowing bitterly in the house of a nymph, Calypso, who is keeping him prisoner and cannot reach his home, for he has no ships nor sailors to take him over the sea. As for your own end, Menelaus, you shall not die in Argos, but the gods will take you to the Elysian plain, which is head end of the world. There fair-haired Rhadamanthus reigns, and men lead an easier life than anywhere else in the world, for in Elysium there falls not rain, nor hail, nor snow, but Oceanus breathes every river with a west wind that sings softly from the sea and gives fresh life to all men. This will happen to you because you have married Helen and are Zeus's son-in-law. As he spoke, he divided under the waves, whereon I turned back to the ships with my companions, and my heart was clouded with a care as I went along. When we reached the ships and got supper ready, for night was falling, and camped down upon the beach, when the shot of morning rosy-fingered dawn appeared, we drew our ships into the water and put our mast and sails within them. Then we went on board ourselves, took our seats on the benches, and swept the great eye with our oars. I again stationed my ships in the heaven-fed stream of Egypt, and offered hecatombs that were full and sufficient. When I had thus appeased heaven's anger, I raised the borrowed in memory of Agamemnon, that his name might live forever. After which I had a quick passage home, for the gods sent me a fair wind. And now for yourself, shall stay here some 10 or 12 days longer, and I will then speak you on your way. I will make you a noble present of a chariot and 3 horses. I will also give you a beautiful chalice, that so long as you will live, you may think of me whenever you may drink offering to the immortal gods. Some of Demetrius replied to Telemachus, do not press me to stay longer. I should be contented to remain with you for another 12 months. I find your conversation so delightful that I should never once wish myself at home with my parents, but my crew, whom I have left at Pylos, are already impatient in retaining me from them. As for my presence, you may dispose and make me. I had rather that it should be a piece of plate. I will take no horses back with me to Ithaca, but will leave me to adorn your own stables, where you have much flat ground in your kingdom where lotus thrives, and also meadow sweet, and wheat and barley and oats with their white and spreading ears, whereas in Ithaca we have neither open fields nor race horses, and the country is more fit for goats than horses, and I would like it the better for that. None of our islands have much level ground suitable for horses, and Ithaca less of all. Menelaus smiled and shook Telemachus' hand in his own. What you say, said he, shows that you come of a good family. I both can and will make this exchange for you by giving you the finest and most precious pieces of plate in all my house. This is a mixing bowl by Hephaestus' own hand of pure silver, except the rim, which is inlaid with gold. Phaedomnus, king of the Sidonians, gave it to me in the course of a visit which I paid him when I returned thither on my homeward journey. I will make you a present of it. Thus did the converse while guests kept coming to the king's house. They brought sheep and wine, while their wives had put up bread from them to take them with them. So they were busy cooking the dinners in the courts. Meanwhile, in Ithaca, the suitors were throwing discount or aiming with spears at a mark on the leveled ground in front of Odysseus' home, and were behaving with all odd insolence. Antimeus and Eurymachus, who were the ringleaders, and much foremost among them, were sitting together with Noemon, son of Oryneus, came up and said to Antimeus, have we any idea, Antimeus, on what day Telemachus returns from Pylos? He has a ship of mine, and I want it to cross over to Elis. I have